Hard work, steely resolve, and sure grittiness.
It starts with an attitude. We need swagger, okay? Regardless of what happens out there. Doesn't matter. Keep your swagger. Keep your swagger.
Hey, welcome into another edition of Sit Start Saturday. We're your hosts, Jay and Alan. Man, I hope everyone is staying warm or has all their ingredients for French toast. If you're in an area it's gonna get snowed on. But yeah, I guess I don't know. We were talking about how this season's kind of weird for Leafs fans, where it's like, hey, we may still be able to make the playoffs if XYZ happens. That's got to be tough, Jay. It's been a minute. I feel like it's been like 10 years since you guys were like, oh, maybe if we go on like this 10-game heater, we can do it.
It's a horrific feeling. I remember sitting in my parents' vehicle going to school, and like they'd say, "Hey, the Leafs won tonight. They're only like 5 points out of a playoff spot," and it sounds so jubilant and hopeful. And then you'd actually go look later at the standings and see the Leafs in, like, I don't know, 13th place or something. Like, it's just a repeat of like childhood horrific memories there with as horrific memory cheering for the Leafs back when they were so shitty. And yeah, it's just a reminder that I know it's hopeful, but yeah, Alan, getting a chance to see your team atop the Atlantic, it's a beauty to behold. Cherish it.
Yeah, especially for was it like Red Wings and Habs fans this season, man. There's been times where they've been at the top. And it's weird. I mean, we knew the Habs might take a step forward this season, but wow, yeah. Like
and I was
they
gonna
just gotta
say
get goaltending.
And I was gonna say as well, following that, is this Larkin's first chance at a playoff game?
Shit, I didn't even think about that.
Or
So I'm
has
trying to
he
think,
played
like,
games
when they
before?
finally broke that playoff streak, like I think Zetterberg was still there.
Right.
I'm trying to remember, like, once he left, who
It's a
forget.
fantastic question. Yeah, it's a fantastic question. I think the big one too is when you have guys that are, so hungry and thirsty. Like, maybe it's tough to say, right? Like, you can have the Leafs not make the playoffs for the next 10 years, right? That is not, I'm not saying likely, I'm just saying possible.
Oh yeah, I
And
mean,
then-
especially if the rumors are true that like Matthews may want out. Yeah,
sure,
who knows?
sure.
But yeah, let's get into these questions we got here. So I assume this first one from Tyler here, Lyon or Greaves, is for today. If they both start today, honestly, I'd go Lyon. Because if Greaves gets the start, I mean, it's against, like, not homerism or anything, but freaking Tampa is one of the hottest teams in the league since I think the year started. I saw it was like, yeah, the Penguins are doing good, but if you look to the left of the chart, like the Lightning have it was like a over 90% points percentage since the year started.
Right.
Yeah, let's I don't know, man. But it's hard. It's hard to gauge Columbus right now because they're on a little bit of a heater. But it's a new coach bump. But I still think, give me Buffalo against the Isles versus Columbus versus Tampa. And even, man, like, I did not see that coming last night where the Flyers just torched the Abs. I don't know, man. I wonder if they're finally facing some adversity and just the wheels are falling off a little bit or what. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'd go Lyon.
I mean,
assuming
I would
both
also
start.
I mean, I would also say, like, it is one of those seasons where, like, it is a strange time in the West, right? Like, I would say the Avs, even when we're saying struggles, like, they lost 2 in a row, and now they're still 4-4-2. So, I mean, they have such a points cushion at this point that I don't think it's.
Oh yeah,
I don't
and especially in
think
the
that
West,
team is-
man, they could fall all the way to like third in their division or even a wild card, and you're in trouble. Like unless the wheels have truly fallen off on the Avs, which no, I don't believe that for a second.
But fantastic to see that even the Flyers now are getting their act together. And
Right?
looky, who they leap in the Leafs.
And then
Who'd
I
they
was
leap
like,
in the
wait a
standings?
minute,
The
like
Leafs.
did Vladar start last night? And I just missed that he came. No, it was Urson. Urson did
Yep.
that. Wow. So yeah. Oh man. I don't.
Unbelievable.
And it's
Yeah, I
those
think Lion.
Avs. Yeah.
I agree with you, Lion. I'd go with Lion just to see.
Okay. And then D2, I think Riddick is starting, but if not, bench one. So we got Sorokin versus Buffalo, Vejmelka versus Nashville, Saros versus Utah. I mean, I do kind of like the play against each other. You'll guarantee to get at
I
least
love that one.
but what if one side wins like 6-1? That's my only concern.
Right. But then if it's a 0-0, you missed it on a double shutout.
Right. I've had those before. I think I remember having one of those like years ago. I think it was when Fleury was still in Vegas. It was like I think it was Vegas Philly, and it went to like 1-0 in OT.
Yeah. And you're watching the shutout with like, like glass full. You know what I mean? Like it's not even glass empty or glass half full. It's just like you're so happy to
Right.
see.
And then it sucks if you have like
shutout.
forwards in that game because it's like, well, I don't want anyone to score and mess up my perfect save percentage. I like Veggie. But Nashville, man, they're still on like a freaking tear, right?
6-4-0. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
it's not a bad stretch. They aren't necessarily that far behind the Mammoth. It's weird because they're 4 points out. It looks bad in the standings, right? But that's with Utah on a 4-game winning streak, 8-1-1, right? So if Utah peters off on any of it, then geez, like I don't know. I probably would say, is it even possible to start Veggie and like he has two options? You know what I mean? Here he has two options.
Right.
Of
Well, and this is assuming
games.
that Sorokin starts. And
Yes,
not Riddick, because like if Riddick starts, well, then you just play your two goalies against each other, and that's your option.
Well, I was even saying like I probably want just the Veggie and the Saros start to guarantee.
Yeah, this might be one of those times where I might go with that. But I don't know, man. I feel like Utah can pump someone for 5-6, but so can Nashville.
Well, we're saying bench one, right? So I guess just bench Sorokin.
I don't know, because I still like Utah for that game, but I feel like with the way Nashville's been playing since whatever Trotz was just like, I just need more guys. Like they've just been unreal. And Stamkos friggin' hat trick. I think he's crossed the 20 goal threshold at this point. He might be coming up on 25. Let me double check that. But again, like we discussed, it's all he changed like where he's shooting from. Yeah, 24 goals on the season now. I mean, he's still only 60 points, which is a huge nosedive from his Tampa days. But yeah, he's doing something. I don't know. I part of me still wants to go Vejmelka Sorokin if he starts. Just because Sorokin took him a minute, but he's been unreal too. It's really like, who do I think's going to win that Utah Nashville game? And it's kind of a coin flip.
And I guess there is the other option where if you keep the Sorokin guy in and he gets, I guess, like, well, there's always the option to, instead of going the route where you're securing a win, I guess that's the floor play. You can always secure.
There we go. There we go. It looks like Riddick is in. So yeah, I'd play your two goalies against each other.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks like Reimer is starting for the Sens. That doesn't surprise me. Although it looks like Olmark's getting very close. Like I guess he did a lot of individual work on his side, so he's getting close. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is tough. I think I've doubted Saros before when someone asked me who to bench, and then I didn't make that mistake again, and Saros got the win.
Right.
I don't know. Part of me would want to bench Rich Mocha, but that feels like a terrible idea. Because I feel like, again, on paper, like Utah would be the better team, but just, I don't know. Nashville's got something else going for them.
Speaking of which, what Patrick was saying with that playoff team question, yeah, like I think it's a fantastic idea. And I would also remind listeners that, like, at this point in the season, it's the time where I start also fantasy-wise start paying attention to other matchups. For example, if you like this time about punting a week or not punting a week really comes into play, especially if it ends up happening in your I guess in your specific matchups. So look at the matchups in front of you, look at the matchups behind you, and also, like, you might have to factor that into even timing of trades out. Like, do you remember the seasons when like, let's say if you process a trade on let's say on a Saturday, right? Like, sometimes it does take 24 hours for it to reflect in, like, depending on league settings. And so you could end up in a situation where, let's say you get the player on the Monday, which thresholds into an entirely fresh week, or you could get the player on a Friday, which could end up possibly, depending on how they schedule
It could hurt you, yeah.
Right. It could hurt you, or it could even help you get an additional game or whatever. And yeah, just like factor these little nitty gritty things into your thought process too. I'm trying to remember, like, in certain seasons, like, but yeah, like at the end, when you look at your standings, like, making the playoffs is literally going to be 1 week or not, or 1 week or not, right? So if you can be on the positive sides of these, I guess, like, tiny trades, you can honestly, be on the inside looking out or the outside looking in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then there we go. Yeah. Turner Breeze question here. He was trying to add one for next week, and it was between, I think it was 3 games of Jenner or Marchment or 2 games of Declare. Yeah, there we go. And this is, what do we got? His league scoring highly favors goals. But I feel like if Jenner put up enough peripherally, like, it's a really nice floor. I don't know. There's some stuff to believe in the hot streak Duclair is on. Like, he actually changed something about his play. Apparently he borrowed one of the other guys' stick or something, and he's just like, wow, like, I actually like shooting with this shit, and has been using it since. But yeah, like I said in the chat, like, I feel like it's somewhat unsustainable that a lot of his play came from the power play. And yeah, if because the Isles shook up their, yeah, there we go. We posted in the chat. The Isles shook up their power play with Bo Horvat back. So we got Duclair on power play 2, even though Barzal is there, and we know D'Angelo was serviceable. Yeah, I think this takes a lot of value. Oh, okay. We updated the question and ad drop. All right. There it is.
Jenner Marchment.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just I like Marchment's ceiling, even though he's not on power play 2. Jenner is as well. They did 1A, 1B for power play. I mean, I want whatever unit Werenski's on, to me, is the one, like, and then the other one is power play 2. Yeah, Jenner line 2, power play 2, but Marchment line 1, power play 2. Yeah, there we go. And the scoring, it's all nice and even there. Yeah, I don't know, Jay. I still like Marchment for the ceiling. Because he was like point per game before he went out with injury there. But they also changed coaches in that time.
Yeah, Alan, like, clarify for me, right? Like, this was the discrepancy and I guess points scored and whatnot is more so a reflection of the lack of games that Marchman was on the ice as opposed to anything else, right? Like it's not a deployment issue.
Right. Like as soon as he came back, he was line 1, but he was power play 2. Before he went
Actually,
out,
no, but-
Dean Evison put him on power play 1, line 1.
Baboon missed time too. So
Was Boone
it just
getting-
seems like
I feel like
it
Boone
just
was
seems
on
as-
power play 2 even before Marchment went out.
Well, what I meant to say was more so Boone and Marchment have missed time, right? Like they both played probably like 75% of the season compared to the rest of their teammates. But Boone definitely seems to be way more productive across like the peripheral board, and his scoring is higher overall, 25 points to 20 points.
Yeah.
It just seems as though, well, I
Yeah,
don't know, like
36
looking,
games.
just looking at it, one guy is left wing only. Both are on power play 2. Jenner is center and left wing. It looks like the metrics all point toward Boone being the guy.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, power play 1. I think that's the way it's been since oh my gosh. Brick Bonus came in. Yeah. Yeah, Werenski, Marchenko, Johnson, Fantilli, Coyle. Coyle is a choice, but I assume he is the net front guy.
But I'm even gonna say like
and they're probably
we are-
showcasing him for a trade.
That's possible too. Trade deadline, Alan. Jog my memory. Trade deadline. Did it get extended this year with that Olympic break or no?
I think for fantasy, the default is February 25th. I think we said in the playoff show. And then the NHL trade deadline, I think, is March 6th. And then, yeah, power play 2, Provorov, which already is they're going 2D on power play 2. Provorov, Severson, Marchment, Jenner, Monahan. Which, I mean, those forwards are still not bad, but that's a huge step down from Werenski.
I would definitely
just
go
feel like-
Jenner. That's me. I would go Jenner.
You think,
But
okay.
My main one thinking with Jenner is that
Yeah, there we go. And that's what
Marchment's-
to D Stu's point, like safer floor, higher ceiling. And I guess it's where you're at in the league too. I think, didn't you say you were first turnover?
right.
Because if you're first, it's like, yeah, I would go with safer floor and Jenner, but if you're scrapping for playoff spot, I would want the higher ceiling because you gotta risk every week.
So he had Marchman was out for how many games?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out for 8 games. He did nothing his past 18 minutes. But prior to that, he scored, I guess, in like 5 of his last
Jenner,
9.
and Jenner's getting very comparable time on ice, so you can't even say
Yes.
like, well, Marchman will be on the ice more. I respect that Jenner has a much safer floor. I think it depends on where you at in the league. If you have to take a risk because you're not in a playoff spot right now, I would go for a higher ceiling. But yeah, if you're just trying to like keep your positioning, everything, yeah, safer floor, Jenner, I get it.
And even when we say like, higher ceiling and stuff, like he has scored 1 more goal than Boone.
In the last
It-
8 games or whatever.
Well, no, just overall. Like
Overall, okay. Well,
Fingers
remember,
crossed
Marchman
17.
spent most of his season in Seattle, where it just nothing clicked for him.
Yeah, I hear ya. Anyways, like maybe
yeah,
I'm
I
just
will.
doing-
I will go with the mob and just. Yeah, I like Boone's floor. That was always a factor, but I like Marchman's ceiling.
I would just go with the
Yeah. And part of
I
the
would
reason
go with
I was leaning Duclair in the first place in that was I like the Isles matchups for next week better than Columbus. Yeah, because what is it? The Isles start with like Philly, and then they have a back-to-back against the Rangers, who are definitely gonna let in some goals. But if you couldn't fit Duclair in on the busy days, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then he's also considering Anton Forsberg for 2 games because remember LA has the 5 games with there's 2 back-to-backs in there, one at the beginning, one at the end of the week. So Forsberg will get at least 2. It wouldn't surprise me if they give him the Buffalo game, maybe a 3rd. But I also know that I think they're not in a playoff spot right now, the Kings. So they're gonna want to they're gonna want to roll Kemper as much as possible. I feel like to give them the best chance to win.
Yeah, they're not scoring. I think we covered that before too, Alan,
Right.
But it's
So that's what,
just-
yeah, like, and that was one of the things I put out there for Turnberry was that, like, I was like, all right, how many shots against are the Kings averaging right now? Like, what's it look like in his scoring system? So yeah, average game would be like 5 to 10 points. But I feel like in something like this, if you pick up Forsberg and it allows you to not bench anyone for the rest of the week, that's huge. That's more games played. And
more ads to target for other positions.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes a goalie is the best pickup. But yeah, I like the Forsberg pickup for next week. I think I mentioned, because it looks like Kemper is actually fine. It was like a pinched nerve or something, not a concussion, which is good. But yeah, even then in the discussion with like when Kemper actually went out, like Forsberg was actually pretty good in that little stretch. He didn't get you the wins, which is really gonna be the game changer in his scoring. I still feel like if those Forsberg starts are keep you from benching someone the rest of the week, then I like Forsberg. The Kings, man, I don't know what. I hope Panarin doesn't go there, man. I feel like that's gonna tank his value.
That was a good question that was a good question from Patrick, though.
Yeah. There we go. Someone dropped Trennan. He already has Sherwood. Yeah, I don't like the Eklund is a third line now. It sucks. I think, is he still power play 1 though? Let me check that. Because I remember seeing that power play. No, power play 1 last night was Toffoli, Celebrini, Smith, Wenberg, with Klingberg as the quarterback. Yeah, I hate that they sent down Chernyshov or Chernobyl or whatever his name was. It sucks, but I get it. Like, it was a roster management decision, but it sucks.
Yeah, sorry, we were double checking with Eklund. Eklund didn't.
He's third line, but no power play 1.
Yeah. So I guess Wenberg is actually the big winner in that, right? To not lose his power play 1 spot,
right?
Even with the return.
But yeah, Patrick's asking pick up Trennan to almost certainly win hits. That'd be huge. And you never know. Trennan could fall back. Trennan has fallen backwards into goals and stuff. I wouldn't be scared to pick him up. Thinking like hoping that he gets you points as well as just hits.
Yeah. Sorry, Patrick, just clarifying. When you're saying power play 2 yesterday, which guy are you talking about?
Eklund.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say a lot of the Sharks are replacement level.
Yeah.
Depending on how deep your league is.
Well, like right now, Tarasenko's going on power play 1. Like,
right.
Sorry,
with Boldy out.
Sorry.
As long as Boldy's out.
Wrong team. But yeah, like just going back to the Sharks for a bit, right? So right now it's what Celebrini, Wenberg, Toffoli,
Smith,
Will Smith, and Klingberg. But then if you're looking on the guys waiting on the wings, right? Like, who else would be waiting in the wings? Like, it really would just be that dude that went down, Chernyshov, and then the other guy. Was Colin Graf getting any time at any point?
Ooh, I mean, maybe when he was on like a little bit of a heater at one point.
Yeah, he was a bit on a heater. Yeah, he was on a bit of a heater. And
but it looks like he's just PK.
It does look like he's just PK. And then I think the other guy would be Eklund, right? Like Sherwood, I don't think he's going to be getting that sort of deployment.
No.
So,
I mean, maybe they try him there once for the novelty as maybe like your net front guy, but I don't see. I don't know. I feel like you'd have to lose a lot of the other skill guys before Sherwood gets power play 1.
I would have to watch more of this power play like live consistently, Alan, where I'm looking specifically for the roles that they're playing. Like, you know how,
and that's why I think Sherwood, if anything, might be your net front guy. But
Yeah,
Um,
because it's tough when we're just seeing names sometimes, and it just makes it more like a jigsaw puzzle piece. But the
Right.
truth is, players play different specific
Positions, yeah.
roles.
That's why I love
that
on
power
Twitter
play.
the people who actually post them in the cross shape.
In the positions.
So yeah, in their positions. I think with the
'Cause-
net for reference too.
Yeah, because you need a guy at the net front, you need a guy in the bumper, you need a guy at the half boards, you need a guy that's umbrella on the swing, right? You need a guy that's like
Yeah.
basically doing a reverse umbrella, but down behind the hash marks, right? Like there's so many components to it that, truth be told, I see Eklund, I see Will Smith, but the issue is they're both talented guys, but if they play the same positions, you know what I mean, on that power play, they would just play one on the first and one on the second power play. And then, I hope you get the guy that's on the first one with Celebrini,
Yeah, that's what, I feel like Sherwood's value probably didn't change much. Like he's just going to be doing the same thing on a team that's potentially going to score more, and then it'll make the playoffs.
The only thing that is really good is I would have to check also possession metrics for the team, right? Because their team is so skewed towards Celebrini doing Celebrini shit that I hope they don't get enough possession metrics. You know what I mean? Like I hope they have plenty of time where the opponents have the puck and Sherwood's able to like free reign, hit like a ping ball, hit like a ping pong ball or a pinball, hit like a pinball. Because if not, you look at his metrics and I don't know where else he's going to grant you amazing value, Alan,
Right. Yeah, I like I said, I feel like Sherwood middle six, power play 2.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Trennan, right? So
yeah,
I would say looking just at that team right now, crazy.
he's basically like, does he run with Sherwood and Trennan to pretty much win hits every week?
Yeah, well, you need Trennan now because Sherwood's out. No.
Is he still out? I think you're right. I don't think he's actually played a game for the Sharks yet.
I think it still says IR, but obviously he's trying to come back soon. I think they said targeting Tuesday is what I'm seeing. So, well, you might not need him out for long, but yeah, if you need Trennan now, grab him. Oh, wait, Patrick, you're saying that Sherwood gets line 1. Sorry, I almost read power play 1 for a second there. Okay.
Yeah, Sharks fans want him on line 1.
So line 1 would be supplanting either Graf or Smith. Jeez, man, Graf from line 1, power play 1, and now people are talking about his line 1 slot with Celebrini being gone. Like,
there we go. It looks like Sherwood says he's targeting a Tuesday return.
Yeah.
So then, at some point you would have to decide, like, do you want both?
I personally think, looking at Minnesota right now, that I think the value play, Alan, might be Hartman. Am I seeing center 1, power play 1? Okay, mind
Is
you,
he still center 1? I thought I thought
Jeek was out.
Back.
Jeek was out and Jeek is back. I think like just back, like this game or it might be the prior game. Let me check 1 second.
Okay, but yeah, it looks like Jeek is centering Mojo, Marcus Johansson, and Tarasenko.
Yeah. Oh, so he came back, but he centered to power play 2, Jeek, that is. In which case, Ryan Hartman stocks at 29% ownership should be shot to the moon. And, I would even say, like, you want to check before you jump in on Trennan stocks there, Patrick, if Hartman's around,
Here we go. Sorry, sorry, the trending question. So it's basically drop Eklund to essentially win hits every week. I feel like a lot of the Sharks are replacement level anyway, depending on how deep your league is.
I also don't think it's impossible to get Eklund back. Like, I don't think people are going to be jumping on Eklund at that point. Just stay monitored on the news. Like, watch a Shark game when it's late after all the Eastern games have finished and just check to see if he's getting
I think Patrick is European, so it'd just be like he's just waking up and the Sharks are dropping the puck.
Right.
I don't know, man. Depending on how deep that league is, I feel like you could potentially drop Eklund for Trennan right now just to make sure you win hits every week. and Eklund might stay there. But I imagine as soon as he gets moves back up the lineups, you'd have to move quickly on him.
Oh, and I would say too, like the other one I was saying with regards to, I guess, the new question, Alan.
Yes, there we
that was
go.
popped in.
There we go. I have to rein in my own attention span here. Yeah, the only reason to keep Kadri is to wait for a potential trade. Thinking of dropping him for Lynn. Is Calgary only up 2 games? I feel like that was something I said in a show at one point. It's all blurring together.
Yeah,
at this point in
I
the
think
season.
the big one is go back to that FHFH hockey.
The hotline.
Not the hotline. FHFhockey.com. Go to the podcast tools. Go to that game grid, and after when you're on the game grid,
yeah, I think
go all the way
Calgary
back.
does have two games next week.
It's but D-Stu, it depends if you're in a playoff prime position or not, because holy smokes, they have an incredible playoff. I think it's 21. I'm just double checking. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Boston,
Great
yes,
playoff.
they're one of the best teams for weeks 21 to 23. And I doubt Lindholm gets moved if Boston is not in I think they're in a playoff spot now, actually, now that I think about it. Because I think it's like Boston and Toronto winning, or Boston and Buffalo.
is in the playoff spot.
Boston and Buffalo are in the
Alan.
wild cards.
I hate how I know this, Alan, but they are so deep in the playoff spot. I think they're like 3 points ahead or something. Like, my only take would be that if you're looking at week 21, 22, 23, keeping in mind that if your championship week is 23 and you are ahead, you only need to care about week 22 and 23. First place. Perfect. So if you're in first place, D-Stu, how many games ahead are you? Like, can you lose a couple of weeks and still maintain your bye, basically?
And it's like, I feel like if someone might pick up Kadri speculatively. I know I would, depending on where I was in the league, I would consider it.
100%.
And then it's just like, he's going to get traded to like San Jose. Is someone disappointing compared to if he went to like, say he goes back to the Abs. I don't know if I like that for him fantasy wise, because Brock Nelson has just been amazing in that second line center spot. So would he run Kadri as your 3C? And then I would say his fantasy value is probably a lateral move. Now, if he went to like the Habs and was their 2C and he clicks with that line of Slavkovsky and Demidov, oh yeah. I really like that. I'm trying to think of where else either I've imagined or I've heard that he's going. So I can't think of anywhere.
The one thing I would say is just D-Stu, if you're comfortable, you're a tight first place lead. Okay, but just as I mentioned to Alan before too, like I would prefer like what is your second place lead as well? Because really you're focused on the bye, right? Like if you get your bye, I really don't care too much relatively about whether or not you get the second, like the third seed or if you don't get the first seed or the second seed, it's not quite as relevant and important compared to if you get the third seed or the second seed. Like getting that secured by first week gets you it if you're second or first. So if you are secure,
there we go. Oh yeah, the Canes would be in on Kadri. They're fucking in on everyone. They're trying to make a big splash. For the Leafs,
did I read the Leafs? What?
I mean, what would you do at that point, Jay? Like, would you make Tavares your 1C and then like move Matthews to the wing?
Contractually, someone pinch me and tell me this has got to be a horrible Leafs setup.
What do you mean?
Right? Like,
he was on the Leafs before. It'll be great. Oh god.
And why do we collect all these guys after, like, in their 30s after? Oh god. Anyways, this would be a horrible one for fantasy Kadri and for the Leafs in reality.
But yeah, I feel like part of the only reason you would want to hold Kadri right now is if he goes somewhere, and even playing line 2 center increases his fantasy value.
D-Stu, in that case, I would say the play, if it's not, I would say the play possibly could be even like I'm big braining it here, little Alan, but These two, go to your guys if your trade deadline is still not cut off yet. Go look for any teams that would need to win a week 21, like right around the playoff bubble. Because what you could do is you could literally sell them on the idea that, like, hey, you're going to need to win the playoff bubble. This guy is a prime guy on the Flames right now. I mean, don't like 5D chess it and like tell him all the parts about, oh, he could get traded to the deadline. No, but just tell him that, hey, like, Calgary's got a great schedule. You might need him for your schedule come playoff time. I'm willing to trade, and play ball with you. And then target a guy that if he's got any good, let's say Rangers guys. Wait, Rangers? Let's see. Rangers. If he's got any good Rangers, if he's got any good.
The thing about the Rangers is they've already announced that they're punting. Like, they're only going to get worse. That's why, like, I was worried about, like, don't trade for Rangers necessarily. that could really backfire on you.
I
don't know. If
like,
I feel like if you're winning in spite of owning Kadri, great,
just hold pat.
But it doesn't hurt you to go ahead and grab someone who is guaranteed to have that good playoff schedule before someone else does.
Here's a question, Alan. Okay, I'm looking at some of the teams that are on, because we all agree we would rather prep for the semifinal week than the final week, right? If we're prepping for
because you got to get to the finals.
Got to get to the finals.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at that FHF hockey game grid, then it says the top teams in week 22, Rangers with 4 off nights, Boston with 2 off nights, and Chicago with 2 off nights, right? I guess Buffalo also has 2 off nights, but they only have 3 games. So if we're looking at that sort of setup, Chicago, like, would you think that Kadri, fantasy-wise, offers similar value to Bedard, or no? You think
what? Oh God, no. I would much rather have, like, lose a game, maybe to Bedard. But if Bedard on my roster would be a stud, like, I would always start him. So if they have the same amount of games played, 4 games, I assume. Give me 4 games of Bedard, and I'll fit him in.
Okay, agreed. But having said that, like, if you just look at what Kadri's done, okay, that's like 34. Okay, let's check Chicago. He's it's not even close. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
I was like, it's not even close, man. Kadri is,
fantasy-wise, they have relative numbers of points, but Bedard was out for a very significant chunk of the season as well, which probably, it's too much of a shot,
right.
Too much of a shot in the dark for that. Okay, but if you look at the other teams, then Boston, Buffalo, Rangers, those would be like some playoff targets that D-Stu could, like, hypothetically target for his semifinal week, which is a very sparse week, right? Like, so he probably is in a luxurious time where he can go ahead and try to, like, maneuver it a bit. Is literally the best play. If it's Boston, he could just drop him literally for the Lindholm he's talking about. Maybe that is the perfect play for him. But if he's trying to, like, finagle additional value, like, are there not technically Rangers where he could, bite the bullet and hope for the chance they don't move any guys in that way and get significant 4 games, 4 off night value for his semifinals?
I wish freaking Lindholm would shoot more. I don't know, man. I looking apples to apples, like, right now, I think I'd still rather have Lindholm. That deployment probably not going anywhere. I think Lindholm missed some time too, but he's still pacing for, he's missed some time, 41 games.
Because I'm just going to say
he's still pacing for 70 points when Kadri is, I mean, if he ends up staying on Calgary, he's like a 50, 55 point guy.
Right. I'm just saying more the fact that Kadri is on his roster and the fact that Lindholm is on the wire. It could be one of those times where it's like literal gold that you just need to scoop up. 100%.
I think that's it. I don't know.
But Alan,
I'm all for somewhat having some. Yeah, I'm all for having someone with speculative value. But I mean, what's a destination where Kadri improves in value?
No, I'm saying more so, like, if he has Kadri right now, like, he can still try to actively shop Kadri, because there's always the fallback option of just grabbing Lindholm off the wire. What I'm saying is, what guys can we shop for? I think if he's shopping Kadri, the guy that would the teams I would go for would be Rangers, Boston, Buffalo, Chicago, because those are the only teams that
Pittsburgh.
have those off nights. Well,
Pittsburgh also
doesn't
has a
have-
really good 21 and 23 schedule.
but they don't have a good week 22 schedule, which is what if D Stu is going to get.
Oh, okay.
He's not like we're just looking at week 22, so he gets a good semifinal week. And Pittsburgh plays only heavy nights, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So if he goes and grabs instead, like from one of those 4 teams, Rangers, Boston, Buffalo, Chicago, he gets at least 2 off nights for any of them and 4 off nights for the Rangers.
See,
Like-
I'm all right. So I'm thinking, okay, could we buy low on someone like Morgan Geeky with Kadri? And I think he just scored his first goal in like a month at least. I think.
Yes, D Stu.
I
Buy
don't know
Morgan
if
Geeky.
I
See if you
don't
can
know
trade
if
for him.
Kadri is enough to try to.
I was gonna
quote,
say
buy
too, yeah,
low
yeah.
on Morgan Geeky.
Maybe that is a little aggressive.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
let's
when
see.
he was scoring nothing, but I feel like Morgan Geeky is someone that's probably even
Let's
right now
check.
could be a little bit easier to obtain than a month and a half ago.
I think Morgan Geeky is a perfect segue, Alan. That was a great guy. Yeah. So kind of scoring him maybe a little too much in terms of like, because if he's trading it with the manager, he might have to throw in a little more in the pot to get, Morgan Geeky's owner to bite. but-
Yeah, see, he's got four in his last 4. The door might be closed on trying to trade low for Morgan Geeky.
Well, it could still work. It just depends. Like you might have to give up other pieces, but you're still opening up value, especially for example, if he's got Elias Lindholm on the wire, then what you could do is you could shop another guy. Let's say that could be another value center, could be another value winger, and then you could, because you're giving up a center and a winger, and then you're getting a unicorn and Morgan Geeky, and you can add, I guess, Lindholm afterwards. Like this is a big chess, whatever you call 40 chess play, Alan, but it's like possible.
Yeah, best time to buy on Morgan Geeky would have been while he was doing nothing.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
see, and that's why I think just the right move here might just to be go ahead and hoard Lindholm.
It would be the
I-
easier play. It would be the easier play.
And
I
then
mean,
it's
also,
just
I would
like, yeah,
say-
again, to my point, like where does Kadri go that increases his fantasy value? Where does he go where he becomes a 60+ point guy with better peripherals somehow? Because his shooting rate is already down. His shooting percentage is already down. I'm not super impressed with, like, it looks like hits and blocks. He's pacing for about what he has been. I really like, I just think the best move might just to be to like go for not instant gratification, but go for like more of a sure thing.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing with Kadri right now as well is he's going through a slump as well, right? Like this is a very long stretch of games. Like I know he scored 3 games ago, but before that he went on like an 8-game slump where he didn't score or assist, right? So it's entirely reasonable that he plays like back to league average for the remainder and rest of the season.
I just feel like Lindholm's deployment, his team
Trajectory.
situation, like he's probably not going to get traded, even
Yeah.
if Boston falls. I don't know. I don't think there's enough speculative value. Like, whereas JT Miller, like last year we talked about, like if he goes somewhere, he would probably be the top power play. If Kadri goes somewhere, I don't know if he's even the 2C in a lot of teams.
if he's going someplace, I think you are expecting a 3C bolster,
2-3C.
2-3C. Yeah, I would say.
Maybe power play 1, but there's no. I don't know if he goes to abs.
I don't think he
like,
would
do
be
they
power
really
play
bump
1.
someone on the abs for that? Although they might try it. They might try if Kadri goes back to the abs. I could see them with their sort of bottom of the league power play trying him out on there just to get it going. But I just don't think. I would rather try to beat everyone to the wire to pick Kadri back up than
Right.
lose out
Yes,
on
yes,
Lindholm.
yes.
I just think if you can't immediately shop him for something, which his value is probably close to rock bottom. Yeah, I'm all for dropping Kadri for Lindholm right now. and I would race to pick him up.
For sure. Agreed.
Yeah, I know. Cooch is one of those rare
Patrick, it's
players
funny.
like Ovi. I know they double shift Ovi on both power plays. Yeah, they would not, unless Cooch really messed something up in a previous game, which has happened before. I remember there was a few years ago, like he lapsed defensively or something. And they were trying to like send a message to him to like, no, everyone plays freaking defense on this team. And he was like third or fourth line for a game, and then he moves back up. No, I don't think you have to worry about Cooch getting permanently demoted to power play 2. If so, they went out and acquired, even if they went out and acquired Panarin or something, I don't think that would be enough to bump Cooch off power play 1.
No. Like, this is the best player in the league, right? Like, no, okay, that's disrespect.
Right.
To
No, I mean, he
Canada,
is
Dave,
seriously.
but
I know he's
the
not
best player in
top.
the East.
There we
Best player
go.
in the East.
He's not top of the point standings, but like he's definitely that objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. Like he's coming.
Analogy.
Yeah, I don't know. We want to go to trade talk now, or do we want to like?
Yeah, 100%.
These things don't really have much on them. We can do D-Stew's Askarov or Decord. Categories are wins, losses, goals against, save percentage, shutouts. I'm not sure either one of those guys is going to get you shutouts right now, at least. But I don't know. I trust the Sharks already to try and improve.
Right.
I don't know. Kind of for me, it's Askarov. I don't know, man. I think I'm still riding high from like the start of the season when he was really good. He had that really good, I think, November.
The problem now is that Grubauer is really good. And when I say Grubauer is really good, I mean that Grubauer
Grubauer, yes, not Decord. Grubauer.
Yeah, so Grubauer is playing so well at this stage that I almost want to say that I'm worried the other way, right? Like when it comes to Joey, like I'm starting to worry that this is a 1A, 1B.
And that's what worries me is freaking Ned's gotten how many good starts in a row?
Yeah. But more than
5
that,
wins, 4 quality starts in his last 5. And then what did he start? He started the last 2.
Wait, sorry, Hal, you're going the other way? You're saying that Ned is
yeah, they're both having,
jeopardizing.
and I think this was a kind of a question D-Stu asked elsewhere was like, and I said at like both of those goalies, Decord and Askarov, are kind of having their lunches eaten.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Ned's getting a little bit of volume. Gru's getting, I think Gru just got 2 starts in a row, but he lost.
Yes.
To the Ducks yesterday. So I kind of wonder if
I'm
not that it's swinging back.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at the standings a bit too, and like the Kraken might be in a stage where I think it's still like leany. You know what I mean? Like they're out. They're probably going to just ride the 2 and see which guy wins all the way through.
Right.
I don't think either goalie is winning and playing consistently well enough where they'll continue to win, like, you know, a stretch, let's say, of like 5 straight games. I think they'd ride that guy into the sun, you know, if you want like that many games.
I would say depending on who's available, I don't think it would hurt you to just drop both and see what you can do. Because I think it was dropping one of the goalies. Oh, this is the Raquel question. You picked up Raquel, but now it's just like, shoot, that ate my streaming spot.
Oh,
how do I find a new streaming spot?
Yes. And I would say D-Stu, like, what other goalies are available right now? Like my main one here being.
Let me try to find that question again, because
when I was looking, for example, I remember, Alan, we were talking about available goalies, right? Because hell, sometimes all those goalies that we look around and it's like, okay, so this guy's there, that guy's doing what? And when you're looking through and glancing, like, geez, like it is a bare bones waiver wire sometimes trying to figure out which guys can be accessible.
Oh, here we go. I mean, Jets starting again today, but I feel like part of that is Elvis got a little bit of volume and then got sick. So he may still be whatever is going through the NHL right now. Like,
yeah,
good God, do those players not wash their hands or something. I
Oh man.
because even Rantanen, like I just read that Rantanen's like lost a little weight because he's got whatever
What?
is blowing through the league. Yeah.
Okay.
I've read that quite a few times where it's like X player lost some weight. I'm like, oh wow.
Right. Right.
Olmark,
I think-
Greaves, and Grubauer.
I
'cause
think
feel
Jet is probably the highest guy that, for example, I'm seeing like he's on our, like Alan in one of our leagues, he's on our waiver wire, right? So like at 60%, it's a rarity for him, for a guy like him to be around and available. Aside
I
from that,
think
the next
Jet
guy-
might just be people haven't dropped him from when he got however many starts in a row on the Blue Jackets.
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I'm between Olmark and Greaves in those three. I don't know. Although I just talked about this, like it seems like it's a systemic thing in the sense like they're just allowing a lot of mid and high danger, and Olmark just wasn't
Yes.
saving them
Yeah.
like he was. At least the way I interpreted everything.
Like a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 is a high danger opportunity, but like they shouldn't be scoring every time there's a 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 high danger opportunity.
There we go. You could have a goalie streaming spot. That is also an option.
Okay. Yeah.
I just wouldn't pick up Greaves, even though he's starting tonight. Again, I that could be a trap game, and it's like a 2-1 game again. Like, I mean, the Blackhawks took Tampa to the shootout last night.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I still agree. It's like starting someone against the Abs right now. I just don't know if
you could have
pick up
gone an
Jet-
Airson performance. You could have gone an
Yeah.
Airson performance.
Well,
but
he
you
still
could
let in
also-
3. I
Yeah,
don't
you
think
could
his-
still be
his
on
start
the
last night was so great.
inverse. You could have been on the inverse of what just happened last night too.
Yeah.
You got pounded.
Yeah, I had
7-0.
Blackwood last night. That was not fun.
Another one, Alan. I think this one is real speculative value, and depending on how much you really believe in the Blues, but Hofer is at 27%.
Dude,
is starting tonight.
give me a Hofer start. Like, and he's
Like that is
although
a
Bennington only let in 2 last night. I think he's trying to get into that Team Canada shape. But no, it seems like Hofer has been the better goalie for the Blues
what a
lately.
statement, Alan. Oh my goodness. You said it without a bullet of irony, and that almost makes it better.
Well, and what was it? Because I forget the stat they showed in like the whatever the captions or whatever
Yeah.
in the on a game. It was like he's had so many games this season where he's let in at least 5. I'm just like, God, that's sad. But yeah, give me
He let in
Hofer.
3 last night though.
Oh, here we go.
Bennington let in.
He only let in 2
faced
against the
19
Stars.
shots, and he let in 3. Oh,
Yikes.
oh, Benner.
Good on the Blues for
Oh.
suppressing shots, though. But I feel like without
good on the
Rantanen,
Blues, yeah.
like the Stars take a huge step back.
Mm.
But Patrick's question, I kind of like Skinner. I feel like there's a little bit of bias there, but oh yeah, Bennington let in 3. Never mind.
Okay, so
That
let's see.
wasn't him and
Pokemon. He's got a few IR slots. Which skater do you think is good to stash for
Line A,
21 to 23?
no. Line A is just absolutely no. Carter
Oh,
Hart,
man.
no. Barkov,
Okay, Logan Cooley for sure. Yeah, Logan Cooley
yeah,
for sure.
I feel like Cooley is if Cooley is actually available, that's a really good stash.
Because the other
Um,
one is Logan Cooley is on the fantasy and real life coalescence where his team needs him healthy because they fucking need him to help push for a playoff spot. Like it will work perfectly with him being able to come back in time, boost that scoring, and also join in on, I guess, their actual playoff run, right? So Logan
I
Cooley
bet
is
Ned's
number one.
available.
Right. And then I think Barkov is one of those guys where Alan, like,
I don't think he's coming back in
Like-
within our fantasy season.
well, I'm just saying, like, a couple of things. One is he got hurt very early in the season, right? Like it was what, like end of September in preseason, was it?
Right.
Like
But there's even then they initially said like if he comes back, it won't be till like second round of the playoffs.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Like we're done
So-
playing by then.
Right. And the other one is Florida's not even in a playoff position. So why would they
If anything, they're gonna rush him back because they're not in a playoff spot.
Oh, really?
And
You
I think
that
that's
way?
a terrible idea.
I don't think so, Alan. I think if anything, they just be like, "Fuck it, this season is over. Like, we're just gonna let him rest for a season."
Absolutely still can return. They have not put him in that season-ending IR position. I just don't. I would rather have Cooley. I would rather have someone who
100%.
should be back within the next month.
100%.
Either
But-
like I feel like he's a fight. He was schmaltz. Like he's a lottery
Yes.
ticket. Like he will either win you your week or give you nothing, and you lost your week because he didn't score 5 goals
100%.
that week.
Because he did score 5 goals.
Yeah, because he didn't score 5 goals in one game that week.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah,
But-
Cooley. I do kind of like Landeskog. It seemed like he was really on a tear before he left.
But Alan, we spent all that time talking about, like Kadri and everything and whatnot. And I think Landeskog would be the first guy to lose out if Kadri ended up there. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, maybe just on the power play though. But there's still a
Yeah.
chance that Landeskog could get line 1 on
That is
McKinnon's
true.
wing
That
because
is
he
true.
did play quite a bit there before he went out. I still think Cooley might be, even though he's center only, and that makes him, I feel like, hard to use on the busy days.
I don't know, Alan, if I'm sniffing the farts for Tyler Sagan's value that way anymore. Like the
Yeah.
team has such an interesting mix of like young talent and like they're not even like prospective talent, right? They're just veterans that are like they have old vets and young vets. You know what I mean? Like you play 3-4 seasons in the league and you're pretty much getting, to be like a veteran, like grizzled sort of like handled player. Like they have J-Ro, they have what? Like Wyatt Johnston's played, I think this is 3rd season now. Like
Yeah.
they have some young guys and Rope Hints, right? Like they have guys that have like veteran experience, you know what I mean? Like played not just games, but they played valuable, meaningful playoff hockey in addition to the regular season stalwart play. And they still have old vets. They still have guys that are like, they're from the dinosaurs.
Jamie
and,
Benn. Yeah.
Yeah. And like they're still producing when there, but they're not needed to produce. I would way rather have a Jamie Benn and a Tyler Sagan healthy for playoffs than I would them coming back and playing, which is great for Dallas as a hockey franchise, horrific for us as fantasy managers holding any of those older stalwarts. So
Yeah, I think we're getting distracted here, but yeah, I like Logan Cooley. Don't like Line A. Like Landeskog.
I'm just saying,
I
not
don't
Sagan.
think. I don't think
I'm saying not
Barkov comes
Sagan.
back. I wouldn't.
don't
know.
do this Sagan.
Dubois. You might be able to just pick him. There we go. Riddick is starting. So just start. Yeah, you just start the
Are
two
we on a
goalies after each
Dubois?
other. Dubois.
I don't know.
I feel like you might be able to pick him up. You don't have to stash him. I feel like you might be able to just grab him.
Yeah, 14%. He's around.
I
I think
know,
the
but
play here
it's-
is Cooley, and then
Yeah, absolutely,
and
100%.
then goalie wise, who's the goalie?
I mean, Olmark probably sees volume when he returns, and
Yeah, I think it's
volume
Cooley and
goalies, especially at this point, are going to be hard to find. But yeah,
think
I
it's
wouldn't.
Cooley and
No,
Olmark.
not Carter Hart. Carter Hart. I needed him, and he let me down. I saw something pop in the starter bench here. Oh, okay. Sit 1, Strome versus Edmonton, Barzal versus Buffalo, Schmaltz versus. I feel like Strome's been pretty good because I picked him up as I think it's a stream or just because he was hot. Yeah, Strome's 5 points in his last 3.
Sit one, eh? Sit.
Yeah.
One.
I feel like Barzal and Schmaltz, they're not going to get you riffs at all. So their floor is potentially 0.
Yeah. You also have to make the decision. Oh, geez, but Schmaltz got 5 points in his last 3.
Yeah,
That
same
is-
with Strom though.
Same with Strom. Ride the two hot ones, see what Barzal's up to.
What's Barzal? Yeah, what's Barzal been up to? Because I feel like I own him in one league, and he's pretty consistent, 5-5.
5-5, yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing too now I would say is you're gonna have to make the decision early for Barzal and for
I know.
Schmaltz because
Real quick, I feel like for me, it's between Strom and Schmaltz.
I would almost even say like I might even want to take the guys early. You know what I mean? Like I would just play the Barzal and Schmaltz early, secure the games in, and then go. from
Yeah,
there.
that's right. I mean, Barzal's PP2, but he's still top 6. And I feel like that's something that gets reshuffled if they're having trouble getting going on that split power play.
And I also think
but no,
Barzal is the guy that shuffles in first. Like he's the guy.
I
that's always
respect
getting back up.
like starting the guys with better deployment. I respect that.
I can see it.
I just have a hard time sitting Barzal because he's been pretty consistent for me.
If it's confirmed, yeah, then I think Strom with C1 power play 1
You think
will
he's
be
the
access. No. I would
Okay.
probably say sit Barzal and then start.
and it's
Strom.
tough because it's like it depends on who Edmonton's starting in net.
Yes,
They might. I could see them going back to Ingram since Yari just got dunked on. Yeah, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to start Yari against his former team. They know how to shoot on him. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Knobloch.
I love it.
Yeah, okay, it's time. Damn it. I don't know. I don't want it to be Schmaltz, but it might be not Schmaltz. I don't want it to be Barzal, but Barzal might be the sit here.
Oh, I'm sitting Barzal. Yeah, if they just
yeah.
respect the deployment. Yeah, I'd sit Barzal. The only other thing would be if like Strom somehow gets like sick, weirdly in the games, but up leading to it. Then if you played the two guys early, you would have secured the points. And the guy playing later, they don't announce it till the game, right? That's the only 5D chess move where playing,
Yikes. Patrick's got one here real quick. Try to get that fairly set already, but for fun, let's hear Faber,
Bench
Dobson, Yossi. Yeah. Now, see, you can't even. Wallman should be the easy bench here, but he's been pretty consistent as far as points ever since coming back. I just wish he had come back for that 5-game week to get all of it. That would have been amazing. That would have been a sneaky pickup, I think. I don't know who does Mini play today. Panthers
winnable.
Winnable. It's winnable, but I don't know, man. Faber playing with Quinn Hughes at even strength might be too good. And who did the Habs play?
And then I was gonna say
Boston. And I don't know.
Dobson
That's different.
Dobson and Faber are kind of like a similar setup now, right? Like D1 power play 2. I think they literally both get penalty kill 1.
Is Dobson first pairing?
Dobson is first pairing.
Jesus. Okay. Wow. I missed that. Yeah.
So they're a very similar player. What's Wallman? Wallman, it might be exactly.
I think he's
Wallman
D2,
D3 power play 2.
D3.
So I think maybe,
but he's been. I feel like he's been on a heater, or maybe it's just confirmation bias. Yeah. Wallman 4 points in his last 4.
He scored last night. Yeah, that was the big one. And was it on the peak power play? No, it was a shorthanded goal. What?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, against Washington tonight, playing off not back to back, playing off, I guess, one. I don't know, Alan.
This is a legit toughie.
On deployment, it's got to be Wallman the bench, right? Like, I'm not saying like
feel
aside
like
from
that's
the play.
a terrible idea though. He's been on a tear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I expect Wallman to get a shorthanded goal every game, but yeah, I feel like Wallman is I don't know. I feel like he's not really, he's deployment agnostic. There we go. I feel like I don't know. On paper, it should be Wallman with D3, but the way he's been playing.
Can we go the other way where it's like Yossi Sanderson, Sergachev, Werenski? We agree those guys are undroppable. No, not droppable. Sorry, like benchable.
right? Oh, even Faber 4 in his last 3, but I feel like that's because he's playing with Quinn Hughes.
So then the
But I-
three guys in the triangle are Faber, Dobson, and Wallman. Yeah.
Yeah,
So in
I
that,
still
I
don't think it's
guess-
smart to bench Wallman though.
So then that in that Bermuda triangle of let's bench one, it's only playing within the confines of Faber, Dobson, and Wallman. So if you're not dropping Wallman, are you dropping Faber or Dobson? Oh, not dropping. sorry.
Dobson, I mean, you
Bench.
can't even say Dobson not getting PP1 is the reason to bench him.
Mhm.
I feel like he still puts up respectable peripherals. I'm not sure. I feel like Patrick's mentioned categories. Part of me wants to bench Faber, but Faber's been good too. I would rather play Wallman over Faber.
You'd rather play Wallman or Faber. What's Dobson on though? Like Dobson has no points in his last 2, 2 points in his last 4. Last goal was 5 games ago.
I want to say it's Habs Bruins. Yeah, that could be 6-5. That could be 2-1, 3-1 for Boston.
I think Faber, Dobson, and Wallman is throw a dart and 2 of the guys could score. Hope the 2 are your the guys you started
Right.
in my mind.
I feel like you need Dobson to cover other categories for you. It's tough.
You're saying Faber.
I'm leaning toward he needs hits and power play points. Okay.
Hits.
Yeah.
Faber doesn't hit nobody, to be honest.
No, Faber doesn't really put up, and that's another reason. Yeah, this Faber doesn't, and he's not getting power play 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he picks
Oh.
up Trennan, it won't matter.
Yeah. In that case,
Yeah, part of me is
fucking
leaning.
pick up Trent and then go from there.
But who do you drop? Anyway, we're past time. I don't know. Part of me wants to bench Faber, especially if you're looking for power play points and hits.
I mean, Alan, I'm gonna go back to Old Faithful with the deployment. I'm just gonna check their minutes as well. So
Because I feel like Dobson's going to get you riffs.
Dobson's got 22, Faber's got 25, Wallman gets 17. I'm benching Wallman. It feels wrong, but I'm benching Wallman.
Okay. All right. Agree to disagree. Yeah, I think we're good there then. Yeah, I think we said bench Barzal on the
bench
one.
Barzal.
I don't like it, but that might be that might be way to go.
It's the best of the shitty decisions.
I just feel like I don't know. I don't like it. I need an easier one. I don't like this one. See, and that's Faber's still, if anything, Faber's better than he was before since the Quinn Hughes trade. But that was the point, was that Quinn Hughes elevates everyone. Before we get too far into the weeds here, we probably should go ahead and call it here. Ed, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with the script for the next week, for week 16, 17. Holy shit, I forget where we're at. Good luck everyone, and stay warm, stay safe, I guess, if you're getting the snow today. Hopefully you are not running out to the store right now, and we'll see you next time.
We'll pick you up later.